Hey gals, what's up? Stephanie from Tye-Dyed Iguana. Today I'm going to show you guys how to prep and cook crickets. We're gonna actually cook them in the air fryer, but the very first step is you have to freeze them. So we're gonna put them in the freezer. We're gonna leave them there for a little while, probably about 30 minutes, and then we will come back to show you how to cook them. All right, we're going to stick these guys in this deep freeze. They're gonna go in there and go to sleep. And then we are going to come back and check on them in 30 minutes. All right, the crickets are ready to be cleaned. As you can see, we just took them out of the freezer. So they are no longer hopping around. But now it's always best to rinse them out in like a colander to get any like loose legs or antenna or cricket poop off of them and get them nice and cleaned and prepped. So we're gonna dump them into this colander here. We're just gonna rinse them. All right, I think all the legs and cricket poop are off. Get some of this excess water. Shake them around. Let's hope they don't start jumping around on me, right? All right, so I've never actually cooked them in the air fryer. I always just do it in the oven, but we're gonna cook them in an air fryer today. All right, but before we do that, we're gonna add a little vegetable oil to them. All right, so we're gonna just kind of drizzle some vegetable oil in here. All right, so now that we put some vegetable oil on them, we're gonna give them a little Himalayan pink salt. My hand's kind of oily now. Make them salty crickets. All right, I'm just gonna kind of shake them around. All right, so these guys are all oiled and salted. So now we're going to put them on this tray. So ideally, you want to put them single layer so they can crisp up nicely. Some people say they taste like sunflower seeds. Some people say they have like a nutty taste. I'm not sure, but once they're done cooking, we'll go get some thoughts from the staff and see what they think. And here's a cricket leg. All right, so we put them in the air fryer, single flat layer of them. We're gonna close this up. We're gonna cook these guys at 400. We're gonna do it for 10 minutes. We'll come back and check them. All right, it's been 10 minutes. Let's check and see how the crickets look. See if they need more time or... Well, if they kind of sound like crunchy, so they kind of sound like they're, you know, definitely crunchy. They're hot, so I'm gonna try to pick one up. There are a lot of health benefits to actually eating crickets. Like I had said, they're high in protein, but there are studies out there that show that these guys have actually 180% more iron than beef does. So if you have an iron deficiency, this is definitely a food source for you. They also have a lot of healthy bacteria, so if you have a lot of gut issues, this is something that can help you, you know, get that under control and have a healthier lifestyle. So let's go give some to the staff and see what their thoughts are.